Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Annie and this is Unity Consciousness. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I'd like to welcome our new subscribers and also thank those of you who are returning for this week's energy update. Let's jump right in. The energy this week, Venus is very busy. I love this energy, and we also are going to get some clarity with Mercury going direct. But first, let's talk about Venus. On Tuesday of this week, Venus in the sign of Virgo is going to trine Uranus, which is stationing to go retrograde on the 1st of September, but in the sign of Taurus. This is all about relationship surprises, but they're very well received, or pivots of some kind relative to relations or relationships. It could be a partnership. Venus in Virgo is very practical energy. And with Uranus pivoting, literally standing still and kind of beginning that transition to go retrograde, that magnifies the energy. So, love can absolutely take you by surprise in a way that feels extremely freeing, that's for sure, because Uranus is involved. Then the very next day, be mindful on this day, because we will have Venus in the sign of Virgo is going to oppose Neptune, which is retrograde in Pisces at 29 degrees. Again, that anaretic degree certainly could signal a crisis point at that degree. It's anaretic. So these two energies I don't think they could be more opposite. It could lead to confusion, disappointment. So if you've had overinflated ideas or ideals relative to Venus themes, money, relationships, that sort of thing, if you've had overinflated expectations, there could be some something that comes in that helps you to understand more clearly what the circumstance is. And if there is loss that occurs, this also is a signature of a loss, sit with that loss, that's for sure. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. Make sure that your boundaries are in place, and definitely embrace any sadness that you may be feeling at this time. It's all purposeful. The actions speak louder than words. So when Neptune is involved, there can be some fogginess or disillusionment, and just know that actions speak louder than words. So if someone's saying something to you and it just doesn't match up, it probably doesn't. Then also, on this same day, which is interesting, Mercury is going to go direct. So there's some clarity that's coming in, and I think that could be triggering some of this. So Mercury is going to go direct at 21 degrees of Leo. And that clarity can bring, because it's in Leo, a heart-centered wake-up call. There's something that's being brought to your attention that may be somewhat jarring, but there is a very healing vibe to all of this, and I want to make sure that you have a complete understanding of that, because again, this is all purposeful. There may be a very painful or hurtful element to this, but by realization of that, healing is almost immediate. So we have Chiron in the sign of Aries, and Chiron is at 23 degrees. And then we've got Eris in the sign of Aries at 25 degrees. Chiron is our wounded healer. Eris is Mars' little sister, and she is kicking up all kind of discord and chaos, but it's for a purpose also, so that we can even things out and get it right. She wants to make sure that those that aren't being seen are being seen. So those planets in Aries are speaking in harmony to Mars, which is in Gemini. And Mars brings the passion to break down barriers, should you elect to do that. It's there and available to you. And Mars in Gemini, that head energy, is also sextiling Mercury as it goes direct. So that heart-centered communications or thoughts connected with our mind has the ability to heal. anywhere where there's been discord or chaos, or you yourself have kicked up chaos and discord to hide something, well, this is the perfect opportunity to dig in and do some healing. Best use of this is definitely be vulnerable and open. If you need to shed tears, please do. As I just said earlier, there could be some loss associated with it. Immerse yourself in that for the purpose of cleansing. Mars energy is going to help us heal those wounds. It is going to, we've just had some significant squares still in that energy today, and it's in the background, and it's been a pretty tumultuous bit of time here. Well, those squares and those oppositions were purposeful so that something could be shown so that can be healed. So this is a big day, in my opinion, when Mercury goes direct and we've got all this very, very helpful energy. Then on the 29th, which is Thursday, Venus is going to move to the sign of Libra. I just love it. Venus and Libra, it's his domicile. Venus loves Libra, and she'll be there until the 22nd of September, helping us through a lot of additional things that are going to be occurring. So, we are stepping away from the minutia that was Venus in Virgo, very detail oriented, and now we're stepping into balance. We're stepping into compromise where we feel that it's necessary and that we are met with someone who has clear intention to meet us in the middle. If there is codependency, I have to tell you, that's the 3D Libra. Venus, if you are in that type of a cycle, it is not going to work. So we need to drop any preconceived notions for codependency. When Venus steps into Libra, if met with the same level of authentic balance and compromise, we could move mountains. It is necessary to do things properly. Like I said, without codependency, games, or superficiality, we're just not going to do that. We'll see it. It'll be in our face right now. Because, that's what Venus in Libra is going to show us. Once Venus gets into Libra and helping all of this, she is going to trine Pluto at 0 degrees of Aquarius. Pluto's retrograde. And on this Sunday, a week from today, Pluto is going to step back into Capricorn. So this is anaretic degree Pluto currently, but Venus is going to trine Pluto in this very positive energy, but it absolutely demands. Pluto demands truth and authenticity. And this easy energy is great for seeing the transformative power of love, where there is truth and honesty, integrity, authenticity. We can be very understanding of the truth of what authenticity is. We may begin to understand on a much deeper level what authenticity means to us as well. That will lead you to a path of transformation. So very, very powerful energy, very powerful, moving, healing energy that comes out from authenticity. And again, this is simply Venus going into its home and then immediately connecting with Pluto to check that authenticity. And if authenticity is there, boy, we've got some really good vibes coming in. Then, as I mentioned, a week from today, we've got some very powerful energy. Uranus is going to station to go retrograde, and Pluto is going to re-enter Capricorn for its last two passes. So it's retrograding back into Capricorn. Once it goes direct, it's going to make that final pass. So it's one pass retrograde, one pass direct. Let's talk about Pluto and Capricorn first. We've discussed this. Pluto and Capricorn's purpose is to root out corruption, lies, facades, misrepresentation, all things that anywhere where Capricorn themes, big business, banking, finance, government, schools, have been bastardized or improperly managed for the purpose of gaining power or holding power. Because this is a transition back into Capricorn, I would expect that there will be some amplification of power dynamics. And I would say to you, if that's the case, pay attention to your power. Are you giving your power away way too easily? Or are you taking someone else's power away? It's time for observation of that. That's why Pluto's going retrograde, and I don't think it'll be difficult for us to do. Then again, on that same day, we've got Uranus going to go retrograde in the sign of Taurus. And the purpose here is to review stagnancy relative to stability, resources, earth, food supplies. These are all Taurian themes. And Uranus wants to bring freedom and sovereignty to those. So be prepared for instability. The destruction of any stagnancy in those areas is going to be blown apart. So, you know, shocks, surprises in all forms relative to those Taurian themes, so that we can instigate truth, awakening, and authenticity. This is Uranus here. Uranus is going to be retrograde until January, I think it's the 25th, but late January of 2025. And what's really cool, I dig this vibe, these outer planets are working for us. So we've got Uranus is sextiling Neptune, which is sextiling Pluto. These outer planets, and with Uranus going backwards, they are all working together in sextile fashion, letting us know that we need to do something to get something. These are sextile energies. So they are working together to usher in new Earth, unity consciousness, if you will, providing real healing vibes and energy to those who have had the courage to step into their authenticity. These are outer planets. We are beginning that internal shift so that we can align with those outer planets. We can't take our bags on. There are certain baggage themes that need to be set down so that we can receive all the benefits of those outer planets and truly integrate those into our personal planet themes as well. Do something to get something. The more you work to put things down to find your authentic true self, the more benefit these planets will bring you. Okay? Then the very next day, on the 2nd, we won't talk about it yet, there will be a new moon in Virgo ruled by Mercury. Currently, it's in a post-retrograde shadow, but we are getting some clarity, and I do like that. I will be traveling for the holiday weekend, this upcoming weekend. I am not certain if I will be able to put a video up where I'm going. There is limited internet, and so I may not be able to post until I get back, which would be sometime late Tuesday or possibly Wednesday. Well, thank you so much. That's all I have for you today. I know we were going to go long. The card that jumped out, I decided to use the Journey Tarot because we've got some outer planets involved. I know we got Venus, but outer planets involved. Cassie Ool. I like this deck. The card that jumped out was Ace of Cups. Of course it is. The cup runneth over with love. Let's see what the book has to say. Allow emotions from the past to wash away. It's time for a fresh start. Be open to new relationships, loves, and creative endeavors. The watery world of your emotions is open and flowing. Thank you, Venus. Well, that's all I have for you today. If you like this video, please do click the like button. If you want to know when videos are being dropped, click the subscribe button. And if you have any comments or suggestions, post them in the box below. You know, I thoroughly enjoy reading those comments. I hope you have a wonderful week of Venusian energy washing over us to help us with our healing so that we can set our bags down and enjoy the glorious benefits of the outer planets. Have a fabulous week. Namaste.